Hey class, you're probably watching this and wondering, man, why is this part of Mole Day? Why is this a project? Or considered a project, and why should I even care? And I especially say that last part because half of you are probably on your phones. Maybe, I don't know. If you are, cool, go ahead. I'm probably one of them anyways. But to answer all of those rhetorical questions I just asked, because I hate myself, it's 1:41 in the morning, the night before the project gets due, and I hate myself. So, let's get into the meat and potatoes and get into moles and why they are so awesome. I'm saying that because I'm trying to get an A. Moles are decently small animals that live on the outside world. They have brown fur, ears and eyes so tiny they could be considered Helen Keller babies, and very powerful and strong hands and feet for digging. They eat earthworms mainly, but whatever they find in the deep depths of the earth's soil, they will decapitate and munch down. And when it comes to mating season, males let out a very high-pitched "mommy, I need milky" squeal to let the females around them know they are lonely and want children. Surprisingly, this works. For them, not for humans. So, that doesn't mean you should be going around in the real world and be doing that, because that can be classified as jail time and a $1,000 bail. Learn your laws, kids. One would think the symbol or abbreviation for mole would be something cool, like the wave like this. Like, look at this thing. It just goes, and here it just goes, you know what I mean? Anyways, but nope. It's literally just, and hear me out, mole, but without an E. Mole. All this tells me is scientists can be very lazy sometimes and have the brain of a chimpanzee on iron scraps, which honestly I understand and makes me respect them more. Anyways, this is Avogadro's constant or number. 6.022140076 times 10 to the 23rd power. And this is Avogadro, by the way. I have never seen a man look so human and inhuman. But I gotta be honest with you. While I do say that, it does give me a little smile on my face when his massive Italian eyes stare at me like that. You cutie. To quickly explain why the mole is so important to chemists, is because sometimes they don't know stuff, like the unit of measure for very small things like an atom, molecule, or other particles like crack cocaine. Just kidding. Even a guy like me can find grams of that stuff. I mean the grams of that stuff. I worded that so wrong. Moving on. Did you know moles can be considered golden? Which this branch is more related to kangaroos or koalas. I am also pretty sure it has a wishbone in it like a turkey, but I don't want to find out if that's true, so let's move on to the real sauce of the evening, the story. Tall Molecule. A short story by Logan B. Starting off great, are we? Molecule had always loved smelly Shaq's toilet with its warty, wasteful water. It was a place where he felt happy. He was a tall, slim, hard liquor from 7-Eleven drinker with Drake feet and Drake feet too. His friend saw him as a Jolly Joyce's Jesus H. Christ? That's supposed to say Christ. His friend saw him as a Jolly Joyce's... Let's move on. Once he had even helped a super baby cross the road. That's the sort of man he was. Mole walked over to the window and reflected on his awesome surrounding. The rain hammered like a running kangaroo. Then he saw something in the distance, or rather, someone. It was the figure of... Oh my god, I cannot say that. Did I write that? I wrote that. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to blur that. Let's just call him Mole. Mole was a Lord Almighty depression medication with Drake feet and Smino feet too. Mole gulped. He was not prepared for Mole. As Mole stepped outside and Mole came closer, he could see the forgotten glint in his eye. Look, Mole, growled Mole, with a J-board piano rose glare that reminded Mole of Lord Almighty flamingos. It's not that I don't love you, but I want to hit to Benjamin City. You owe me 7,603 rubies. Mole looked back. even more slicky, and still the hard sploinker. Mole, you're adopted, and no one loves you. I just want to preface something. I did not write. I know that for sure. They looked at each other with baller feelings, like two calm cooing capybaras rampaging at a very what am I writing funeral home for the Queen of England, which had reggae music playing in the background, and two, this is a cry for help, Uncle's tax escaping to the beat. Suddenly, Molly lunged forward and tried to punch Molly in the face. Quickly though, Molly grabbed the hard sploinker and brought it down on Molly's skull. Molly's Drake feet trembled and his Smino feet too wobbled. He looked faded, his wallet raw like a short shivering shall we? Then he let out an agonizing groan and collapsed onto the ground. Moments later, Mole was dead. Molecule went back inside and made himself a nice drink of hard liquor from 7-Eleven. The end. Don't you love a nice middle day story of a fairy tale of two moles, which one I cannot name, fight each other to the death? And to answer that for you, I really hope so, because I know Miss Watson won't like this, and I'm probably gonna get an F. Here's me failing. Bye.